We got it. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
You got it. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You got it.
Wow. I just heard an echo here. Let me try that again. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Karaoke Andi here. Today is the 5th of June 2026, and I'm trading live with you today, the EU session. My absolute pleasure and honor to be here in Tom's trading room. Yeah. Here we go. First, the disclaimer. This is no financial advice. This stream and its recording is for educational purposes only. Furthermore, this stream is governed by the stipulations set out on Trader Tom's website, tradertom.com/disclaimer. All right. And you might have noticed Tom and I have flipped the EU session on Wednesday and today. So on my usual Wednesday morning, Tom took over to trade the EU session, and therefore I'm here today in the morning. The US session will be done by Tom again. All right? Good. So today is non-farm payroll in the US at 2:30 p.m. Central European summertime. That might have implication on how the DAX behaves. We will look into that a little bit later, because now we have to focus on the Expresso. Not espresso. Espresso is a coffee. I already had a double espresso. But now I'm trading the Expresso. Expresso. Like an express train, right? So when you see here, I will use a, I believe, 18-point offset. I can show you. See here. Yeah, if I measure that, that has pretty much 18 points, yeah? So we are opening certainly gap down. DAX closed 24,945. And we are trading, that's the question, overnight range top, close to the overnight range top. So, one box above, one box below. I go for a static 40-point stop loss, 20-point take profit. This is a position monitor. I will try to post the orders, but when the candles move fast, that's better to, in this case, teach you how to fish. So I believe I can put on the short order. Putting in the long order. So I think it makes more sense if we talk about points. Okay, 7 more seconds to go, and I have to move this up.
Order filled.
Oh fuck, I'm long. Uh-oh. Shit. Oh god. Long the DAX. And that is not cool at all. Got prematurely filled because that snapped up. Where's my stop loss? Oh my god, there's no stop loss in. Okay, let's quickly put that in. Oh. Yeah, well. I'm closing that. Closed manually. Took my loss there. How does Tom do that? Ah. Oh. Ah, okay. So this calls for a Karaoke Expresso. I don't see anything here. A low is 68. Oh. So, inputting new orders. Okay. Let's see what the FTSE. Wow! A FTSE is printing a bloody first bar negative. Shall we try and go ahead and buy that? So, but we might get a fill now. Nope. Okay. So now it's time for split screen chaos. Okay, so there we go. Hmm. Yeah. Guys, that's not working out. I will kill all orders, deleting all orders. So, see if we get a fill in the FTSE. Not sure I want to trade this. Because I wanted to go through you with you through some charts. Okay. I'm holding off with the FTSE because that closed below everything here. Afraid that there might be continuation. Or did it really? At the low. FTSE is not moving. Anyways, so today is non-farm payrolls. So basically, I mean, the Americans, they're very descriptive, right? So what does that mean? That's basically the employment/unemployment stats for the USA, and those who are not in the agriculture sector. So can't make it up. It's non-farm payrolls. Yeah? Okay, but you know, if you go to a supermarket, there's also a non-food section, right? Well. So, English and its quirks. Yeah. So for that reason, let's take a look at where we are in the DAX. So what does a US release have to do with how the DAX performs in the morning? Yeah, well, that will be something. This will be one of those releases, usually you're writing me, hey Andy, there is Jolt's jobs opening or whatever, some tiny little unimportant release. Oh, numbers coming out, and then nothing happens on the chart, right? But NFP, I can tell you, this is one event where you actually will see some action, right? So the moment that is released, you will see the US markets, the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500. You will see that move, right? And very rapidly. And since now Europe is in the lead, right? So if you look now at the chart of the Dow Jones, for example, that moves pretty much like the DAX. But the later it gets in the day, the more the US markets become relevant, and then it kind of almost flips. So what can happen is that you see a market acting differently ahead of a major US news release, even a European market. Can be, for example, in waiting mode. So we could see a chop and range-bound behavior, or see something else. So, and this is where we need to find out. So, we opened at 24,883, gap down. How much gap down? Can measure that. The close was here, 24,945. So, roughly 25.25%, 0.25%. Yeah. Okay. So that was the measurement of the gap. And now I can use this little software here. And also we are inside of yesterday's range. So previous cash low was at 24,826. That's that red line here. Yeah. So you see we opened inside there, and the cash high came in at around 25,007, around here. Yeah. So. And it's a Friday. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Here you have a couple of situations where you had the DAX with a 0.25% gap down or bigger on a Friday, on a day where later in the day the US Non-Farm Payroll release was, right? So, and it's a 15-minute chart, and those lines here, they depict the school run long and school run short, so traditional school run here. Enable laser pointer. Woo! Oh, this is fancy. Okay, so this was the 1st of August last year. You see here, first bar negative, first 15-minute bar polarity was negative. School run signal bar, the second bar was negative. And then, yep, beautiful trend day. Yeah. So the hypothesis that we will see a market in waiting mode and chop on this chart, nope, that was a clear downtrend. This here Here is more overlaps. You see deeper pullbacks, but still it's a bull channel down. Yeah. However, you could see here, same situation, two negative 15-minute bars. You would sell short here in a traditional screw run. Yeah, and then either move stop loss to break even, take 50 points, and then get stopped out, or keep the stop loss here. It will never be touched, and then you will be rewarded later in the day. But I'm not sure I would do that. I'm a guy who moves stop loss to break even faster. So this here, first 15-minute bar negative, second is positive, making a new low, closing at its highs. Classical reversal pattern. So going along here, yeah, you would be happy for 1 and 2 bars, and then huh? And if you would flip short, you would also, well, okay, maybe later in the day. Stop loss discipline would be rewarded later in the day. Okay, let's go further. This is a terrible one. Double whammy here. Don't know what's happening in between, right? No, you might get stopped out in both directions here. Yeah, that one is a tough one. The screw run doesn't help you much. Here, traditional screw run and stop loss discipline would reward you later in the day, but then this happens here, which is the NFP release. So that is all UK time, right? Here 8 is where the market opens. That is 9 Frankfurt time, right? But on this chart, this is UK time. So you know. So also the release on this chart at 1:30 and Frankfurt time on the chart that I'm trading off would be an hour later. Inside bar. So maybe if that happens, if the we don't get a fill on the third bar, the third is an inside bar, we might consider taking that at all. Long side would have somewhat worked out here, but you need to keep stop loss discipline. This one is tricky. Classical reversal pattern, but you wouldn't really be rewarded on the long side. And the short side, no. Unless you again keep stop loss discipline long and stay long. So that one is a clear one. So what do we learn from that? This is situational analysis, right? How Tom calls it. If we get a negative first 15-minute bar and the second one looks like this, making a new low, closing at its high, we take the long. We don't take the short. And otherwise, it pays off to keep stop loss discipline. So stop loss, opposite side of the signal bar, and you have to keep that. So that means I would have to keep you updated on that position. Yeah? So these are all examples where the first 15-minute bar is negative. So if you didn't print one, then I don't know if this helps us much. Anyway, so wow, what's happening in the UK? That a bear flag? It's ever been one? You see that at no point in time was the first bar negative buy signal triggered. Interesting. So, but I want to focus on the DAX, and there we go. We have printed first bar, 15-minute bar negative. I might already be inclined to 8 minutes to go. See if we can buy a retracement beforehand. Sell, I mean. If you have questions, you guys, you can write me a direct message. Okay. This was the Expresso level. And here's a 38.1% retracement. Stand by. I am selling the DAX, ladies and gentlemen. DAX short. So okay. Well, looks like ASRS long got triggered. Bloody hell. It's shooting up. Did the FTSE do also? Yeah. Might be that I get stopped out before I type the entries in. 24,850.9. Stop I put above the high of the day so far. 24,911. Okay. Here is our this would be our reversal pattern if that materialized to take those away. In that case, we would flip long and keep stop loss discipline. on the school run. So what I will do is I will move the stop loss down to the top of the school run signal bar in the last minute or so, and place a long order above, so that if the school run long triggers, then we get stopped out of our short position and would flip long. Okay, now I have a chance to get out of this mess. Closing DAX. Closed for 0. Okay. Now let's rather stick to the plan. That looked like for a second we would continue down. Remember in the preparation to two negative bars, and that would go down in a lot of cases, right? So this, however, might not be the case. So okay. Oh boy, am I glad that I'm out of this position. How long is that thing? Ah, now this is the measure tool. 60, 63. Okay. Who messages me? Oh. I'm trading. Don't message me. I mean, you guys can. If it's trading related, it's stream related. But this was just simply a message that I received that a parcel is ready for pickup. So, school run coming into play in 10 seconds. So, playing the long side only. if it closes. Could be a better close, honestly, but here we go. Putting in an order. Stop loss below. There you go. Making a new low, closing at its high. Bar polarity is positive. First was negative. That's the game plan, ladies and gentlemen. And we will stick to it. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the foots. what the foots? Okay, let me try for the first time the split screen view. In Chrome. Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me? FTSE very weird. So we might get a fill on a screw run long position. I'm somewhat inclined to sell short the FTSE. You know, it looks like a bloody bearish pennant or something like that, right? Or a market that doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. Buyers and sellers are in agreement, you know. The price for the FTSE is 10,341 or thereabouts. We are happy here. So, stand by. We might get a fill in the DAX. That was just a tick higher, right? So the high of the signal bar comes in at 24,881.8 and the current bar went as high as 82.4. That is 0.6 points, if I calculate that correctly. Stand by. Come on.
Order filled.
That was, yeah, we along the DAX. And guess what? We will keep stop loss discipline. We will just hold that. We will hold that shit, right? Till right before the release. Because that's what our preparation dictates. Huh? 24,883.8. 24,883.8. And the stop is at 24,817.2. Planning on holding that. Okay. I mean, this Chrome split screen is really not that bad. What I don't like is that this this frame here, this nice frame, takes away screen real estate, you know? Okay, questions time, ladies and gentlemen. So, I end up answering the same questions over and over and over again. So I want to do a couple of frequently asked questions. These ones I already covered in the last US session, but maybe here is a different audience. So if you are new, right, it's always a good idea to go to tradertom.com, click on live trading, and here you find the resource channel. So you click on that, and that leads you to a Telegram channel here, and you see that Tom has posted here documentations, articles, and whatever. So Tom has released a lot of information, right? Like a really large amount, but this is basically him filtering that for you. Yeah? So if you're new to trading or new to Tom Hougaard's trading room, I think this is a great place to start. All free resources, all written up by Tom with great care, right? It's a mixture of documents, YouTube videos. If you ask, for example, what is the school run? What is the aggressive school run? All that stuff. What's the first bar negative, first bar positive in the FTSE? That's all covered here. Yeah. What's not covered there is the Expresso. So that's the question I get probably the most. Andi, bloody hell, what's the Expresso? That's something that Tom still needs to write up and release officially. But Tom asked me on my first ever appearance here in Tom's channel. So go to YouTube, yeah, find the first video where I appeared here, and there basically I explained the Expresso and also my take on it, and I will do that again here now for you guys. So what is the Expresso? The Expresso, not espresso, nothing to do with coffee. Yeah? Expresso has something to do with Tom needing a tool to jump on a big move early, right? So on those rare days where the market starts in one corner and ends up in the opposite corner, you want to be in that move as early as possible, right? So Tom is a magician. He sometimes finds indications for the day being a trend day. So, and guess what? Then in that half an hour until you get the school run signal, the market is already motored away 100 points or something like that. So the Expresso is something that Tom developed for that reason, to be on a move early. Yeah? And it was, I think, originally developed for the FTSE. And the way it works, when at 8 a.m. UK time the FTSE opens, yeah, the 10-minute bar that concludes at the open, so from 7:50 to 8 a.m., yeah, You take that bar and go long above, short below with a specific offset, right? So that's the original Expresso. Yeah? However, and that's just me, and Tom has recently also traded the Expresso in a way that you rather use that to scalp early momentum, because the Expresso, the Expresso levels, they appear when the market opens, right at the open. There's a lot of initial volatility. And rather than using it as a tool to jump on a rare trend day, you can use it to fairly often scalp early momentum. So, and everything that I'm telling you, that's me, that's my take on it, right? Tom is yet to release a public documentation, right? So, and certainly there will be different stuff in. Yeah? But for now, that's what exists. So I trade the Expresso in the Dow Jones and in the DAX. And I use different offsets. I use 36 points right now in the Dow Jones, and I use 18 in the DAX. Today didn't work out, or maybe it would have. I just got prematurely filled on the long order. I wasn't able to adjust in time. So that's why I took my loss there. But in the DAX, recently it works a lot. Also, if you ask for data and stats, I don't have them. I didn't backtest that. I only forward tested it. Yeah, because I only have the ability. I can't see how the bars were moving historically. The lowest time frame I can go to is the 1 minute, and the 1 minute bar. If you don't see how that moves, 40 points stop loss, 20 points take profit. That 1 minute bar can be longer than that. The first 1 minute bar, especially at the open. So I can only forward test it, but so far it has performed quite well in the DAX. So this is a chart from a slide from a presentation of Deutsche Börse. And that basically tells us that from the end of last year, they changed in the DAX the opening auction. If you notice here, the DAX opens at 9 and 8:50 to 9 a.m. That's the classical Expresso breakout interval, right? So the 10-minute bar that concludes at the open. But they changed the opening auction to 8:55 to 9. That's why in the DAX I change the breakout interval, right? From 8:55 to 9 Frankfurt time. Yeah. So that's why you see me operating on a 5-minute chart when I trade the Expresso in the DAX, as opposed to the Dow where I use a 10-minute chart. Yeah? So, and this year, Tom, I believe if after 3 minutes or so, if there is no fill, he deletes both orders. I don't do that. I change the breakout interval from 8:55 to 9:03. That's why you see me there flipping to a 3-minute chart. And then I only use an offset of maybe 2 or 3 points in the DAX. Yeah. So that has something to do what's happening in the DAX. I call that the Karaoke Expresso because of the extra 3 minutes there in that interval. Yeah? But it's still based on Tom Hougaard's Expresso technique. So just my take on it. All right. So I believe that's that. Right. And I will also answer this one. If you're a newcomer, you see me reading questions that people ask, and I answer them live here during the stream. And then you might wonder, where's the chat? Where is that room where everybody is talking, right? There's no such room. That's the policy of Tom, that comments and reactions are switched off in Telegram, and comments and chat are switched off on YouTube. Yeah. So, see. Ooh, a DAX position is in profit. Lovely. So, yeah, now I'm a little bit, what shall I do? Shall we just stick to the plan and keep it? Shall we add to it? Shall we maybe target a gap close? Shall we take 50 points and be done with it? Yeah, I don't know. Here is this Expresso level that I marked. Guys, I guess honestly, if we get a gap close out of this, somewhat one-to-one for the sake of this session, I wouldn't be mad, right? I wouldn't be mad. But our prep showed that staying in there till the release and keeping the stop loss there where it is should pay off. So I'm really of two minds, because in the afternoon Tom will be streaming, and he will certainly post something in Telegram, and then you might get confused with my updates to this position. I might not even be on the stream all day. Some of you guys ask, Andy, how do you add? We'll add just tiny little bit here, just for the sake of it. Just like that. That's how you add. In this case, on momentum. Yeah. So it's just a demonstration in 10 cents a point. So not really. So, okay. Don Quingshot says, Andy, why don't you make a copy of the Expresso explanation, record a short video and put it on YouTube, and then just point people to that? believe it or not, I always, but I have to answer, right? People are still writing me, and I still need to answer. Yeah. So, that's the thing. So if you already get annoyed by hearing the same stuff over and over again, imagine how it is if you get the same questions asked over and over and over and over again. And people these days have attention spans of 10 seconds. Yeah? Probably shorter than a TikTok video. Yeah? And it's absolutely, the mind boggles that you explain something. You know, I would bet money, I would bet €1,000 that even though I took my time to explain the Expresso technique once again, that in a couple of minutes I will receive a message. Andy, can you explain the Expresso technique? Andy, where do I find an explanation of the Expresso technique? So the mindset that I want to have is that here are some regulars, but there are also some newcomers. And some newcomers, they might really not know. You know, they watch the stream for the first time, yeah? And they probably just ask, "Where's the chat? You taking questions? Or what's that technique? I never heard anything about it. I don't find anything online about it." Right? So, yeah. But I will maybe change the title of the first video to explanation of the Expresso technique, so you guys can find it. So, guys, I'm closing this here for plus 50. Let's do a little bit more Q&A. So close is sometimes close enough, you see. Okay, that's still 10 points away. If you want to hold till the gap close, then by all means looked closer on my chart than it actually was. Anyway, so it's hard for me also to switch between trading execution and taking questions. Anyway, so made some points, that's good. So let's answer questions. So Johan Nielsen, to the moon, aka yesterday's close at least. Patience, Andy. Ooh, famous €1 million question. Is it possible that something is getting squeezed before we move where we want to go? I think that to get into the equation. Plan long, at least towards yesterday's close. Focus on the DAX. You keep taking the bait. Mind-blowing swipe. Buy. One link with an FAQ. Johan, if you're a great trader, then by all means, then just trade, make money, be happy. But don't tell me what I should do, because it will only sway me. Right? And vice versa. Guys, don't necessarily do what I'm doing, but yeah, by the way, here, for all intents and purposes, we came as high as 42.8 and 45. So now get a big smiley from Johan. All right. Louis from South Africa. Hi, Andy. Thanks. You're not a scammer like Tom. Tada. I appreciate you all. Thanks, Andy. I made my 2% once again for this day. Tom is not a scammer, yeah. But you're probably referring to the fake Toms. But guess what? They're also fake Andys now. So be careful. If Tom or Andy is contacting you first and trying to offer you something that costs you money, chances are that's not me or Tom. That's a scammer. Yeah. Be careful, guys. Glad that you made some money today, dude. Here is Aussie Mick from New Zealand. Thanks, Andy. Always good to trade alongside a happy German on the Autobahn. I managed to add a couple of times too. Lovely. Well done. That's how it should be. Nikolai, thanks for the DAX points. You're welcome. Here is someone from Estonia sent me here Tommy Cash Espresso Macchiato. Espresso Macchiato. FTSE is grinding higher. DAX might now close the gap. Money. What are your thoughts about new trader Tom going to introduce us soon? I believe her name is Rose. I think Rose is no, I don't think. I know Rose. Rose is a price action trader, and you can find her already. You know, trading in the trading room from Al Brooks. Very knowledgeable, has a great read of the market, and I professionally respect her. So, and let's see if there will be episodes with Rose soon here at Trader Tom's. Yeah, let's see. So. Werner from South Africa calls a 1 minute scalp the SASS, short attention span setup. Yeah, right. Bartosz says, looks like yesterday Tom nailed a killer short entry on the DAX. Guess I totally missed his entry. Neither caught it on YouTube nor on Telegram. Shame, but hey, you guys stream for free, so all good. Well, I personally, yeah, but what can I say? If I would, if you want to follow someone, maybe follow Tom. Don't follow me necessarily, because you only get to see me once per week, and Wednesdays are usually my shittiest days statistically. So I don't know if that's a good idea. Take the education. Learn how to fish. Yeah. That's probably the best thing to do. And if you follow Tom, yeah, then you have to be prepared also to take all the trades that he posts on Telegram outside the streaming sessions. I try to, it's really I can appreciate that, So staying in a position all day and then posting updates here, and also I'm not like Tom. I don't sit in front of the charts the whole day. I trade for 1.5 hours in the morning and then another 1.5 hours in the afternoon. I rarely stay in positions. And then if I do, in between, I have family, I have obligations, and I need to go to the gym, and then I can only check on my phone, if at all, and that's a little bit the thing. So I rather, look at that. We came close to a gap close here, but still arguably bulls are in charge. 50-minute bar, we're close now. FTSE also, came back to the closing price of yesterday, and now from there seems to deflect back down. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Anyways. So, Jaco from South Africa. A lot of ladies and gentlemen from South Africa here today. Morning, Andy. Jaco here from St. Francis Bay in South Africa, having a cortado called Robert De Niro by our local coffee shop. Cheers. Cheers, mate. I had a double espresso on ice this morning. I have my own setup. You know, I'm a huge coffee guy. You know, I have a like this Italian lever machines and the proper mill and all of that. And I also I can do a latte art and the proper home barista. My wife, she loves when I pour her heart or a rosetta or something like that. I personally I like my coffee black. I drink Lungos, Americanos, and all of that on ice when it's warm. There you go. Deep is asking, hi Andy, what's the espresso? Are we making coffee live on YouTube? There you go. Where's the momentum? Gentleman asks from Bulgaria. Yeah, where is it? Huh? Yeah, can be that non-farm payroll is later. I don't know, can have something to do with that. But we have seen in our preparation that there are trend days on non-farm payrolls. PS, hello Andy, enjoying your show. PS from Poland. One kind question. One kind question. Could you show me on your chart the closing price DAX? It doesn't align with mine. Using Trade Nation DE40. Greetings, Paul. Second polite question. Polite request. Warn before you start shouting so I could remove earplugs. I'm not sure. I don't know when I shout, brother. Sorry about that. So the closing price. Good question. Especially if you trade CFDs, forget the closing price from the chart. Okay, just forget about it. Also, if you look here, like the DAX is up 0.04%. Forget that nonsense. Yeah, you know where I look up the price for the DAX close. I look it up here. Yeah. Right now that's the updated price. But before the session, here you will see the official closing price. Yeah, you can also say Deutsche Börse DAX Schlusskurs, and yeah, and there you have it. Yeah, always use the official closing price. Yeah, all right. And that's nothing on the chart, right? If you go, the DAX closes at 530. Yeah? So if you go, for example, to a 15-minute chart here and take the candle that concludes at 530, and then you see that according to Trade Nation here, the DAX closed at 24,916. But the truth is, officially, it closed at 24,945. Yeah? So. Okay. Bloody hell. I wasn't aware that you couldn't see me. Yeah. So, anyway, again. Sorry about that. So, If you have the idea that on a CFD chart or whatever chart, so you want to where's the closing price, right? So DAX closes the cash session, right? So when the market is open, you can trade the DAX longer, but the cash session is from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And it closes according to this chart, right? This is the 15-minute bar that starts at 5:15 and concludes at 5:30 p.m., right? It's where the DAX closes. Then you see here, the close that's reported here on Trade Nation is 24,916. But the official closing price that this software shows here is 24,945. Now, if you don't have this software, you can, for example, I like to go to CNBC, and then, for example, you can go here to the US, and there it works the same for the Dow Jones. The official closing price of yesterday was 51,561.93. For the Nasdaq, 26,830.958. Yeah, and here in the euro, you find that also for the DAX ahead of the session. Now you see there the updated price, right? Last update was at 9:51. So yeah. Before the session, I go here, or you can go to Deutsche Börse and use the official closing price. So hope that helps. PS from Poland, you're very welcome. So, Ciela from Laos. Hi Andy, I am confused, not sure which is real. He is pointing out that there are many Karaoke Andis. So, yeah. Which one is the real Karaoke Andy? The real Karaoke Andy is the one with the username at Karaoke Andi. Yeah? This one here. I can make that big. Yeah? And the others are fucking scammers. Yeah? The others are fucking scammers. And be very careful. I will never contact you first and I will never sell you anything, right? And neither does Tom. So. Andy, where's the chat? Here's the chat. Do you see the chat? So, Bruce from Denmark. You're not sharing your screen while explaining. Friendly reminder. Oh, yeah. You know how hard it is to juggle that on so many monitors and then on 2 instances of OBS streaming software. My God, yeah. But love your trading days, Andy. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Ciela. Okay. Ivan from Slovenia just wants to say hello and thank you. You're very welcome. And hello. Aussie Mick Late Night Trader from New Zealand. Is saying, I'm going to sound crazy here, but I heard how much you appreciate your coffee. Have you tried steaming your water before having your Americano? It sounds crazy, but it is good. I'm off. Enjoy your day. Haven't tried that one. So, yeah. Can try that. Why not? So regular espresso shot and top it off from water from from the steel wand. Yeah, okay, we'll try that. Probably also depends on the roast. Yeah, I'm fancy. I like lightly roasted arabicas. Ooh. TTR, do you have a cold brew machine for the summer? Way better than cold Americanos. Flavor is stronger. You know what I have? I have a nitro coffee setup. Have you ever tried nitro coffee? That will blow your mind, brother. So, Jackie says that should make the Expresso automated and already sent that to the TFC support. Very good, very good. TFC, Trade from Chart, that is this software that sits on top of the Trade Nation trading platform. It's developed by Mr. H, who is part of Tom Hougaard's team. Yeah. Have you ever tried green tea? Asks Felix. Yeah, who doesn't? Who hasn't tried green tea? Yeah. Green tea. To me, I'm more a coffee nerd, but in the right setting. For example, my wife, she loves, Asian cuisine, Asian fusion, sushi, all of that, Japanese. So if you go to a Japanese restaurant, some sencha or genmaisha tea, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Comes in those little pots. Neil from the United Kingdom. Hello, my brother. Thanks for the stream and chat. You're very welcome, mate. Andrew from the United Kingdom. Hi, Andy. Thank you for your time and the good work you and Tom are doing. On your next Wednesday session, I suggest that you start off by saying that Wednesdays are now going to be your best trading days. The power of your words and intentions. P.S. You cheer up my day with jokes and energy. You're very welcome. What can I say? I'm a German. Yeah, I love statistics and numbers and processes and whatever. I don't have the power of visualization and materialization and affirmations. If they don't match up with the fucking statistics, it will not work for me. Wednesdays is my bloody shit day. Until that statistic changes, it bloody is. It just is. But you guys make me a better trader because there is some social, how's that called? Responsibility. I try to be prepared to the best of my ability, trying to show off my best trading behavior. Well, and I'm somewhat in between. Should I hold this? Would I regularly hold this? Shall I take profit for the sake of doing that during the stream time? And I still trade very small size here because I still need to get used to it. It's very stressful. Tony says, bah, tea is brown with milk. None of this green rubbish. Who puts milk in his tea? Ladies and gentlemen from the United Kingdom. Well, I don't know. Does anybody else do that outside of the United Kingdom? Okay, some people also put milk in their coffee. I think it's maybe fair enough. Maybe fair enough. But, brown tea is just fermented green tea, no? Or longer fermented. It's the same, right? It's the same product, just fermented, longer fermented. So, I got so many questions. Morning, Andy, your Telegram volume is not on. What? Sorry about that. I always unmute that was the second time that I know that I unmuted myself on Telegram. Yeah. And then when I close this, am I now muted again? Okay, really sorry about that. Really, really sorry. So, hey Andy, I seen this guy on YouTube live last night trading on Bitcoin. He nearly waited 4 hours for that move to happen. Yeah, but did he actually take a trade? You know, live trading to me is not market commentary. You know, live trading is taking actual trades. So why do I trade the Expresso and the school run? Yeah, because they bloody happen at a specific point in time during the live trading. So you guys see some action. Yeah? Would I trade that on all days? If I'm all by myself, probably not. Sometimes when it looks choppy, you probably don't want to engage in a breakout trade. You want to rather do something, yeah, mean reversion or whatever, trade mean reversion. John from the United Kingdom. Hi Andy, Tom. Hi Andy, Tom. Great show. Are there any plans to introduce dynamic sizing to TFC? Set 1% exposure and the software just sizing when the stop is placed. Thanks from the UK. That's also one for the non-existent FAQ. Yeah. So, John, do me a favor. Go to tradertom.com. Click on live trading. So become a member of the Trade from Chart software group on Telegram. Yeah. So, and then you go to the Trade from Chart software group. Looks like this. You see the newest add-on. Oh, lovely, new update is out. So, and you know, when they pin a message there, it sometimes, you know, they might deem it to be important. So kindly read that. Scroll down and you will find here the TFC support chat. So feature requests are better to be addressed not to me or Tom, but to the team of Trade from Chart. Because, believe it or not, they have a software development process, they have a backlog, they're prioritizing implementation of features, there's a proper roadmap, and they're the ones that need to hear about that. And honestly, believe it or not, most of the stuff that you guys suggest, that's already in the pipeline. So, AKK, hey Andy, a bit old school, but what happened to Lenny? I don't know. Ask Tom what happened to Lenny. John from the United Kingdom. Hi Andy, Tom. Okay, so that was already answered. Tea is roasted too, is it, Johan? I'm not a tea expert. So, Jaco from South Africa. These sessions are very important as this is a very lonely game. Thank you, Andy. No end of year functions or employee of the month in trading for yourself. This channel makes you feel part of a community. Well, I'm happy that it does. We are all in this together. But yeah, we're kind of also alone in this. We have to take our trades for ourselves, put our money on the line. And yeah, we have to be our own bosses, right? And we have to be the toughest bosses ever. There are no participation trophies. You don't get paid for showing up. Sometimes you pay for the pleasure, you know, of participating in the markets, right? So there's not many parallels you can pull to a job. Yeah. So John from Sweden. Hey Andy, really enjoy your work and very grateful for the live streams. Great to hear you and Tom's perspective on the markets. I have a question regarding the Expresso. Tom originally developed for the FTSE. What offset would be used? I wonder for the FTSE. Would be good to know so I can add that to my records and analysis. I really don't trade it in the FTSE, right? Since FTSE is a slower index, what would be a good starting point? See, FTSE is trading at 10,000. Try 7 or 8 points. Yeah. But hey, no financial advice, no guarantee that this works out or is profitable, right? I haven't tested it. If you want to do that, go ahead, feel free. I think a good starting point would be 7 or 8 points offset. I was just calculating that relative to where the DAX trades. Yeah. So if the FTSE trades around 10,000, the DAX trades around 25,000. The FTSE is slower, so you need smaller stops. You probably also need smaller offsets. Yeah. So Andre says, good morning, Andy. Good trades. And remember, you're a German oak, so don't be flimsy. Sounds a little bit like you're berating me, brother. I'm pretty tough on myself already. But yeah, I sometimes tend to be flimsy on the Expresso. But you know. Okay. Samuel from Belgium says, hey, Karaoke Andi, thanks for the education. How do you deal with seeming invincible in trading for a few days? Yeah, you know, I had a couple of hard times, I think, during that holiday of Tom where I streamed every day, and I had really a couple of consecutive losing days in the US session, and well, that was harder to deal with. I don't know. You know, it's just have to come with a beginner's mind to a new trading session, right? It's market doesn't care about my my last trading day, right? And about my account and all of that. So if you get cocky, the market will humble you. Probably learned that the hard way. I don't know. I know you don't trade news, Matei says, but there is EU GDP growth and employment coming up. Could explain DAX sporadic behavior and a random named politician speaking as always. Yeah, brother, just let me tell you something. How do I switch this off here? If it's not in this list, maybe PPI could be in here as well. But if it's not in this list, it doesn't move the market really. It doesn't. All those tiny little releases, you know. Yeah. No. I completely disregard that. But hey, if you have a way of dealing with that and trading that profitably, more power to you. It just doesn't fit what I'm doing here, you know. If there is some whatever Joel's jobs openings, and I'm trading the Dow, and then there is the Joel's jobs opening whatever thing, and the Dow just doesn't budge, you know, just stays right there. What shall I do? What shall I do with that? Right? What shall I do with that? Trading the Dow at that moment. Juju Tebbe, hi Andy, what's your risk per trade? How would you stop revenge trading? I risk 1 or 2% per trade, not when I'm trading live with you, and this is not my account size. Okay, I say that far too often. How do you stop revenge trading? Bloody hell, that's a deep question. In short, this is a mental state where you want to reach equilibrium. Yeah, you took a couple of losses, you broke some rules, and you want to make that money back. You want to make that money back now. You don't want to wait another day. You probably have experienced a loss that you will not make back so fast, right? So you want to make it back the same day, this session, this instance. Maybe you even double up, triple up. You do all kinds of stupid things. Revenge trading is basically you want to show the market who's boss, right? And we all know who's boss. It's not you. It's not me. It's the market. So yeah, how do you stop that? Well, remove yourself physically from the screen if you can. Close it down. Go through your denial stage and anger stage and whatever before you slowly accept that it will take a long while before you make it back. But there are better conditions than on a day where you already lost, right? How do you stop that from happening? Work on your trading psychology. Have a book of horror. Remind yourself each session what happened the last time you revenge traded. Try to relive that emotionally, and maybe you will find some triggers. Maybe you get some early warning signals. Read Dr. Steve Ward, read Mark Douglas, read Best Loser Wins from Tom. Work on the mental aspects of trading. Yeah. Is this the chat? Hey, Andrea. Andrea asked, for the Dow Espresso, if you don't see signal in 3 minuti, you delete order or wait the other 2 minutes for volatility. Grazie. So, Tom deletes the orders after 3 minutes. I changed the interval, the breakout interval. I add 3 minutes to it. Call that the Karaoke Expresso. Watch the recording of this session. Andrea likes my Italian accent. So, okay, John wants to continue his data collection. Yeah, data. Guys, a trader also needs to be able to pull the trigger, right? Don't just end up gathering data. Unless you want to be employed as an analyst, you also need to be able to pull the trigger, right? I love Germany and I support always German football. Well, You know, I left Germany for good, never to return. But I have a version of Germany in my heart that I always love to look back. The Germany that I grew up in Western Germany during the late 70s and 80s. That was a lovely time. DAX there. Jack from Singapore, what are the plans in Macau? Post-trading sessions, any drinking and singing sessions? Looking forward to meeting you. Jack, if you haven't noticed, that is an Al Brooks event, right? So, the program is outlined also when Tom appears. If Karaoke Andy is there, there will certainly be some karaoke, but that would be me doing that and maybe whoever who wants to join. Yeah. But when and where, I have to make up my mind, and that certainly will not be official, will not have anything to do with Al Brooks's event. Drinking, and no, I don't drink. I smoke cigars, however, so I might end up in a cigar lounge. Muhammad, can you please explain liquidity grip as trading strategy? How do you recognize between false break and a real break? Could you please define the stake size in express and normal school run as percentage in your strategy? Is it same or you make some change? Appreciate your work, thanks. So, a liquidity grab or whatever. Well, look, there are so many names for the same stuff that has been around. So generally, we are what they call the retail traders, right? So we're trading our own money, and that if we trade with brokers, that accounts for maybe not even 7% of the volume traded in the market, right? So 7%. Guess what the other 93% is? That's institutions battling it out, right? They still have employed traders, humans, but there's also algorithms, machines trading, right? And the thing is, it's a market, you need buyers and sellers. So if you want to buy, you need somebody to take the opposite side of the trade. And as a retail trader, we can just click here, If I want to, here, just for the sake, if I want to sell, I just click, boom, I get filled instantly, and if I want to get out of that, boom, click. Oh, I actually made a point, So an institution with hundreds or thousands of contracts can't necessarily do that because there might not be enough sellers if they want to buy or buyers if they want to sell. So they have to sell in chunks or buy in chunks, and while they're doing that, the very asset is moved. So the price drops or goes up, for example, if the price goes down, guess what? That at one point will attract buyers again now, okay, because you can get the DAX or whatever asset here at a discount, right? That means that the institution then can sell more because it attracts more buyers. Yeah. So and that's basically what you're seeing there. Yeah. So how does that translate to trading? So you see sometimes that you see a market breaking out, for example here above the overnight range or whatever level, and then if there's no continuation, it trades back into the range, and then price gets attractive for buyers again. And then the sellers here, they clear all their positions and are happy, and the buyers are, oh, now it's going up, now we should buy more, and then it continues. That's how those movements start, right? Is that a tradable strategy? Certainly, but I decided to be a breakout trader in those situations. When we trade the school run, I trade the breakout directly. I don't wait for it to break, price to come back, and more confirmation, and then a close above or whatever. I take it directly. And if we trade the ante, we kind of anticipate that the breakout will fail. So that's more like a mean reversion trade, right? So risk per trade has nothing to do with strategy, right? Risk per trade should be fixed. However, if you see me doubling up here the stake size, so I traded the Expresso in 2 lots, and then the school run in 1 lot, and you're asking why I do that. Yeah, because I use an 80-point stop loss in the DAX, and for the Expresso I use a 40-point stop loss in the DAX. So to keep the risk the same, I cut the stop loss in half, therefore I have to double my size to have the same risk, right? To keep risk constant, but the risk is constant. So, Mohammed, I hope that answers your questions. Shakil from the USA, shouldn't you be sleeping? Hi Andy, can you please explain the Expresso technique? Just kidding, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well. I was about to... Jack from Singapore says, wonderful. You're very welcome. Eric asks, good morning, Andy. So how does it feel to be famous and have scammers pretend to be you? Yeah, it's not famous, you know. I can still walk through Prague and there's nobody approaching me. Hey, are you Karaoke Andi? You know, this is this is a very specific thing, right? Day trading. So I don't believe that I'm in any way, shape or form famous. Tom, however, who is an established trader who is giving talks around the world, who has wrote a bestseller, whose channel it is. I'm a mere guest here, you know. That's the famous guy. I'm not the famous guy. Yeah. So that scammers are pretending to be me. Yeah. Well, those are just fucking scumbags. The absolute worst human beings on the earth. That's just horrible, and I find that also scary. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't support that. Yeah, this is a free channel. You're not charged for being here. So we're doing that. Tom is doing that, you know. And that's the guy whose time is extremely valuable. Yet he shows up and trades with you every day. And then some scumbag comes along and starts scamming people, pretending to be Tom. Yeah? And now they're pretending even to be me. Guys, please don't fall for it, right? It's just... Wojtek asks whether I trade the brunch break. Yeah, sometimes trade the brunch break, but that would be at the late end of the live stream, so I couldn't really manage that position. But yeah. So look, so far in the the exit that I had wasn't bad, but so far we're trading just below yesterday's close, and it's conceivable that we will see a gap fill and continuation maybe. Looks like that. But yeah, as taking some quick points, not unhappy. So now we filled the gap. And there you see the stop loss down here would have never been in any danger so far. Now we're trading higher. So anybody still long? Well done. So don't understand that. So not Rammstein level famous. Hier kommt die Sonne. Nee, not Rammstein level famous. How do I ask question to Tom? Has he got similar Telegram name? I know his live and resource channel. You can direct message Tom. Is that so? Right? How do you find that out? Look here. I mean, maybe you're not aware. I love to give tech support. It's so trading related. So you're in a Telegram channel, right? You click on that here. You go down here. You see 53,700, and there 3 administrators. Click on that, and here you find Tom Hougaard, right? And that's the guy you can write to. Hope that makes sense. And you also see that Tom made me an administrator. That's why I'm able to post here in Telegram. Jens from Switzerland, regarding the possibility of backtesting the Expresso, did you try bar replay on TradingView? Works for me backtesting it. I don't use TradingView, so and that's that. And probably I would need to have their Trade Nation chart, and I don't know how far you can look back. Some stuff it's better, but if you have the possibility, guys. By all means, backtest it. You also have to look. I'm a guy who just also wants to go for it. You know. Yes, I'm analytical. I'm very process oriented. I'm as German as it gets. But I'm also a trader, and as a trader, you need to also at one point just pull that bloody trigger. You know. A lot of you guys, you're just testing, and testing some more. And then learning more price action, more techniques, and more setups, and more, and forget the bloody trading part. Yeah, just pull the trigger. If you're on the right side of the market, just hammer your winners, add to it. It's not that hard, right? And it seems a lot of you guys forget about that very simple truth behind. You know, you can, at the end of the day, you can just swing the bat and control the risks. That's what Tom says, you know. But there's something to it, right? At one point, you have to say, okay, it's enough. I'm convinced it works, especially if you trade something that's purely mechanical. That will not work all the time. Yeah. Otherwise, you can just program a bot, you know, and make money while you're sleeping. Discretionary trading. That's the true holy grail, if there's any. Yeah. So not a breakout over a 5-minute bar that concludes at 9 a.m. Take profit 20, stop loss 40. Andy, thank you very much. No, that will not work forever. That works now in this market phase, and at one point that edge will deteriorate. And then we have to either play with the parameters or discard the Expresso entirely or do something else, right? So that's the truth, right? So right now it works. Let's milk it why it does. That's what I will do. Yeah? Not interested in further history. I know already. Yeah, it probably wouldn't have worked 10 years ago. Probably wouldn't have worked in the beginning of 25. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But I would bet money it didn't. It's just a phase right now. Oh, hello Andy. Can we get the situational analysis maybe in PDF format for those of us who don't use Tom's software? I mean, for the non-farm payrolls. Yeah, but brother, that was very specific. That was with a specific. That was in a gap down situation with a specific gap size inside the previous day trading range. I believe if you go to Tom's resource channel or even here in the trading room, if you just use the search function and just type in the NFP, maybe NFP DAX or whatever, you probably find there that Tom has posted a lot of charts already, historic charts. So maybe use that. This is just scenario planning, right? It can go up, down, or sideways. So or you can replay the recording of this video. I find where 22 charts. Yeah, guys, don't write me about TradingView. I don't use TradingView. I use TradingView for this year. This is it, you know. I asked ChatGPT that I get here an input box, yeah, where I can type this in manually. So and then it draws me lines and puts those values here in a table. That's what I use TradingView for. Otherwise, I don't use TradingView. So if that's your tool of choice, please feel free. But I don't really, it's not my thing. Also, and for the little bit that I use it, I don't want to pay. Wow, AT from Belgium. Thank you for the stream, Andy. A more general question that I have as a trader. It's one thing to have a strategy, but it's another thing to have a disciplined execution of that strategy. Both you and Tom show extreme discipline. How did you arrive at a disciplined execution that keeps you profitable? In your experience, what are the most important things to practice to arrive at disciplined execution, and how as a trader can we evaluate whether or not we are doing our practice right without installing bad habits? I understand it would not be possible for you to address this individually. I still appreciate the streams and what you offer to this community. Regards, Andy. Well, that requires a long answer. But let me tell you one thing. I'm going to the gym fairly often, 5 times a week. So you can call that disciplined. But if discipline alone would be enough in trading, every gym bro there, you know, they get up early, they show up, they work out, they train hard. Every gym bro would be rich, right? But they're not. So discipline is just one factor, right? It's like you need to be able to read and write to go and study at university, right? So it's really just a basic requirement. Without discipline, that you have nothing. But it's not discipline really that is in any way, shape, or form so much a success factor as a basic requirement, right? So you need to work on your mental aspects of trading, because if you want to, and you have also seen me saying one thing, yeah, we should stay long and not touch the stop loss and run it till the release. And then I changed my mind and was like, yeah, you know what, 60 points, good enough. Thank you very much. But if you plan on executing this way, like very mechanically, yeah, I want to risk one, and I want to have my 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 or whatever, and there is either that or stop loss or whatever your idea is of trading, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, if that's your idea of trading. Your reptile brain up here that will prevent you from doing that, and it's not really the discipline that helps you to overcome that. You need to work on those specific things, right? On that fight or flight response, on that freeze response, or whatever the reptile brain is doing there, right? So that's probably more important. Yeah, but without discipline, you probably stay out of the markets. If you're not disciplined in your life, stay out of the markets. It's just not good for you. Hello, Andy. We should buy for any reason? No, we shouldn't. Why shouldn't we? Look at the daily chart. Yeah. We shouldn't. We have a double top behind us, and so either we rotate back up here and then to the all-time high here from 13th of January, right? Yeah, if I read that correctly. So, and then accept above, yeah, making new all-time highs. Maybe get a daily close above that. So, and then we should buy for any reason. Yeah. Hamid from Denmark says, I forced him to download Telegram again. Nice live session, Andy. Thank you very much, but I did not force you. Brother, you can use Telegram in your browser. Why do I always have to give tech support? web.telegram.org or something like that. No need to have Telegram for Windows or whatever. You're famous, Andy. I've already got you on a t-shirt, the owl guy says. Can I share this? This is freaking awesome. Look at that. The Expresso master. Huh? And so handsome. AI has certainly a way to make the appearance nice, right? Or the Expresso master t-shirt. Now in the Karaoke online fan shop, just $9.99 plus shipping. Thanks, mate. Made my day. So, it's you, Mamulak. Hey, there, got it. All right. Greg from Poland is talking about that he's still short in the Nasdaq. And by the way, in the afternoon when Dow Jones will break yesterday high, short for next week on Dow Jones. Good trades only. Okay, if that's your plan, stick to it. I'm sure you have very good reasons for that. But then you write, by the way, plus technically there was no school run pattern today. Beg you pardon? But what did I just trade there? So, the school run. Don't you just love it when people people just know it so well, you know, seem to know it all. Yeah. So, I don't know what you think the school run is, but the school run, the last time I checked, was the breakout over the second 15-minute bar of the DAX session. Yeah, this is the second 15-minute bar here. So the school run dictates we should go long above, short below. And the school run triggered here on the third 15-minute bar. Yeah. I can even tell you the exact timestamp. At 9:33 and 31 seconds. So 3.5 minutes later, the school run long triggered. So technically, very much yes, Greg, there was a school run today. Okay? That is just I don't know what you're missing here, brother, but that really happened. You know, you could just play back. I don't know, read it up. I know what I can tell you. Yeah, there was a school run and it very much happened. Okay. Yeah, Bart says, you're great tech support, Andy, and sometimes you're answering questions about trading. That's how I feel, yeah. Okay. Careful with making jokes where certain ethnicities are involved. I'm not going to do that. But I think it's fair to say that a lot of tech support scammers are out of a certain country. So, AKK says, Andy, you are partial to cigars, but are you also partial to a bit of shisha? The problem with shisha is you don't know what's in, right? If I know that's what the ingredients are, you know, and we have a great time and somebody orders a shisha, we had a Russian karaoke bar or whatever, you know, I will smoke a shisha with you, no problem. But, you know, did you know that when you smoke a cigarette, and then there's, I don't know, 60 chemical compounds in there on top of the tobacco, and then through the combustion then new compounds are created. So it's absolutely crazy what you put there in your body. And vaping, even worse, you know, some chemicals that are brewed together in a lab there, in a back alley in some country outside of where stuff is controlled, you know. Yeah, you don't know what's in it. Same with shisha. How do you get raspberry aroma in that, you know? If it's real tobacco and natural aroma, yeah, I might be in. If it's synthetic and there are other chemical compounds in, I want to put that in my body. Cigar is 100% tobacco, nothing else. Yeah? Still don't advocate for smoking. Molasses, brother, flavor comes from molasses. Yeah, depends, you know, depends. So, look here. This is a Czech shisha tobacco shop. You can't tell me that in here, in all of those, that the flavor comes simply from molasses. Not even write what's in here. Anyway, yeah, so giving even tobacco support here. We do everything. So if it's the good stuff, I'm in. So Azan, hi Andy, how are you doing? I have an observation to share about the FTSE on first bar positive, first bar negative. I've observed that FTSE generates first bar positive and it's activated later in the day. It has more probability of working. And on the other hand, if it prints a first bar negative and it's activated early, it has more probability of working than if it's activated later in the day. What are your thoughts on this? If you have observed that, the question is, did you observe that in a way that it actually is statistically relevant, or did it just happen a few times and you just took a mental note? And the mental note is, oh, I should maybe do some research on that. However, if you have done some research on that, then my thoughts are, well done, brother, then take advantage of it. Mr. Trader, hi Andy, you mean hold through NFP release, right, for the DAX? No, until the release, before the release, because the release that can go either way, and that can print a long, big ass bar. Look at this, yeah. So let's say you were long here on the school run, la-di-da-di-da-di-da, and then comes the release. Look at that, one bar. And then one follow-through bar, and boom, there go your school run profits. Yeah? Either you have stop loss to break even, boom, then the release bar, in a couple seconds, will trigger your stop loss, you're out break even. And if you have stop loss down here, well, 15 minutes later, that's taken care of. So, and it can go either way, because the release has nothing to do, with your read of the market. You can't just by looking at that, oh, we're in a downtrend, therefore the release will also be negative. No, that has something to do with how good or bad the employment numbers are in the US, right, in the non-agricultural sector, and how much that was expected, and how far it deviated from the expectations, stuff like that. That's what drives this bar. Yeah? So you don't know in which direction it will go, unless you are a labor market specialist or whatever. I am not, certainly not for the US market. I'm not at all. So I wouldn't know. For me, it can go either way. So that's why, if I had a position on, it's a gamble, right? If you're short and you get something like that, yeah, that would be great for your position. So, or you can leave something on, or I don't know. But for the sake of you guys here, the right and conservative and educational answer is, you will not know what will happen. Get out of your positions before. That would be my recommendation. So, there you go. So, M from the United Kingdom, loving your trading views. What percent account risk are you taking on this DAX trade? Not an awful lot, brother. Not an awful lot. So, that's it. It's 11:05. I've been streaming for 2 hours. Thank you very much for being here. It was an absolute honor and pleasure. Karaoke Andi, out.